Hey guys, my name is Pavan and I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate our app, Dell2Desk. To use it, go ahead and strike on the app's icon. At first, it will ask you to get permission to use your camera just because we used augmented reality through your device's camera. And then you're good to go. Imagine this. I'm an IT technician at a local middle school, and I'm put in charge of turning this regular chemistry classroom into a computer science classroom. I need to select a proper monitors that student can use whenever they come into the classroom so that they can code or learn about documentation, commenting, etc. I have two choices of monitors as given to me by the budget that the school has. I have the Dell ultra-wide 34-inch monitor as shown at the base of the screen, or the Dell E2418HN 24-inch monitor. Knowing that the ultra-wide might have a little higher resolution, I'm going to go ahead and give it a try by selecting the model and then clicking the check mark once the target square maps where I want it to be. I go ahead and click it. The ultra-wide monitor looks great. It seems to have a pretty high resolution, and the curved edges would probably give a better view and just more space for the student to work with. However, whenever I go to place the second model, I'm noticing something that might be wrong. I click on the next curved monitor for the following student, and it seems like space is pretty tight. In fact, the monitors are almost overlapping to the point where one monitor is covering the content on another monitor. So in this case, the ultra-wide monitor may look better, but it's not so economical for space. I'm going to go a couple seats down and maybe give the 24-inch monitor a try. So I'm going to let it track right there, select the 24-inch monitor this time, and click the check mark just as before. This one is a lot more streamlined. So right off the bat, I'm seeing, this is nicer, but this one is just standard seat size as the student would need. I'm going to go ahead and place a couple more just to test my theory. Just going down the row, letting the square map, and then clicking the checkbox. Once I put a couple down, let me go ahead and take a look at how the row looks. It looks pretty neat. Cable management might be fairly easy. Not too much of a footprint while leaving enough space in between for their books and papers. Now, I do also want to make sure with these models that I can go ahead and lay a power cable all the way down the row, and it seems like I can. Even though I can do that with the curved monitor, it looks like the 24-inch monitor might be the better choice, thanks to these AR models that help me visualize how they look on my desk. For the second example, let's assume I'm a regular user who wants to get into gaming. As it stands, this is my desk setup at home. I have my Dell PC that work gave me, but that's about it. Maybe a power cable that charges it. I know that the Dell PC won't be able to run any of the games that I want. Don't get me started on local admin rights. Instead, I'm probably going to need a desktop, a monitor, a nice keyboard, and a mouse, something that has the firepower to run some of these heavier games. I'm going to go ahead and start with the ultra-wide monitor. I'll let it focus as before, press the check mark, and see that the ultra-wide monitor is put into place. Now, unlike before, this is perfect. I have plenty of space all to myself, but at the same time, I have a ultra-wide HD display to view the games in all of their glory. The refresh rate will look nice. Then, I want to go ahead and select a keyboard from below. I'm going to go for the Alienware RGB keyboard, sort of just to keep it a little colorful. I'm going to put this right in front of the monitor just to see how it looks. I like it. It's pretty minimalistic, but at the same time, it has its own personality. Now, I am missing a mouse. I could go for the Dell Pro keyboard and mouse, but I already have a keyboard. So I'm going to look through here and I see that there's a wired mouse and a wireless mouse. Kind of to keep this simplicity, I'm going to go ahead and click on the Dell wireless mouse, just to make the aesthetics stand out. I'm going to let the square focus and then press the check mark. This is looking great so far. I like the monitor, and the keyboard and mouse are both roughly the same color too, so the themes are fitting together. The last thing that's missing is probably my PC. Now I'm looking through here and I have the choice between the Dell XPS 8950 desktop and the Dell Vostro 3880 compact desktop. It doesn't look like I have space on my desk, and I will need this work laptop to be here, and I could just move it, but instead what I might do is I'll go ahead and place the desktop, the compact desktop. Since I'm trying to maintain the black theme here, I'm probably going to go with the black one. I'm going to click on the compact desktop and place it in the corner right here. There we go. This is perfect. I think I can go ahead and the fans should have some nice ventilation as it leads right up to the AC, and then I can head the wiring right up here. In fact, this actually works pretty nice because if I just run a USB-C cable, I can either go ahead and open up this laptop for work. Let me just open it up. I can go ahead and open up the laptop for work whenever I need and connect it to this ultra-wide monitor, or I can just hook up this big PC and whenever I want to switch to gaming. I'm liking the desk setup. The all black theme is great and it's simplistic. Exactly what I needed. The last part of our demo is a beta version of our app that was intended to be what the app would look like if it was taken into commercial use. If you look in the bottom right hand corner, you'll see a white version of our app. If you go ahead and click this, it'll lead to the user interface that I developed in what I intended to be what the app would look like if it was taken to production. So now in the top right hand corner, you see a menu button that exposes a menu. Now you see browse, capture, scene, and a couple of toggles. The first grid toggle is going to expose a browsing menu. Now you can browse through mouses, keyboards, monitors, laptops, or have some suggestions based on your browsing habits that would allow you to select. Maybe if you've been searching for headphones, it would display headphones here. Another thing you can do is toggle the settings for your AR app. Now, some of the newer devices in iOS are equipped with LiDAR, so I can go ahead and turn on LiDAR. For those of you who don't know, LiDAR enables more precision mapping of your area using dot projection. Occlusion, human occlusion, and multi-user are all various options to allow for, if I put my hand in front of the model, do I want the models to be there or should the hand be there? And those are some of the more advanced settings. Capture allows me to take a picture after I have set up my AR models so that I can see my workstation, and obviously the recording one captures it in video instead of photo. Scenes allow me to save some of these captures and then reload them. So after I've set up all my models, I can go ahead and click Save Scene and then reload them later. This unfortunately didn't end up working just because we ran out of time towards the end. The issues were coming mainly from Firebase. I figured if I could store all the models and assets on a cloud, it would make this app more scalable because it would have less of a footprint on the user's devices. Unfortunately, Firebase's authentication presented some issues along with many of the moving parts on this Swift app, but I just wanted to show it for demonstration purposes.